Hey y'all, this is My Hope is in Him. And many times I've asked people to share with me a verse that bluntly states a pre-tribulation rapture as clearly as Matthew 24 places a gathering after the tribulation. Now when I do this, I ask them to provide a verse that doesn't require assumption, something that clearly states it. So when I ask this question, more often than not, I'm led to Revelations 3:10, which says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." They say the phrase "keep you from" in this verse implies a rapture. But has that phrase ever meant a rapture in the scriptures before? Let's look at a few different verses which use the same phrase and see what we can learn about it. In one verse, Jesus prayed, "I pray not that thou shouldst take them out of the world, but that thou shouldst keep them from the evil." Interesting, isn't it? Jesus here prayed and said that he isn't asking the Father to take us out, but just to keep us from the evil. And again, the phrase appears in Jude 1:24. "Now unto him that is able to keep you from falling, and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy." In both of these instances, the phrase "keep you from" never meant to rapture, but rather refers to God's ability to keep us from falling even when confronted with evil and temptations. He gives us the strength to overcome these temptations and not fall away. So based on a biblical standpoint, this phrase has never previously meant a pre-trib rapture. So we cannot use Revelations 3:10 as a pre-trib proof text. If you recall, in the tribulation there will be a great delusion. And the only people who don't fall to that delusion are those who are written in the Lamb's Book of Life. The scriptures say that they overcame the beast by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. Do you understand what that means? It means they were kept from the delusion. They didn't fall victim to the temptations that came their way. He kept them from it. So my friends, Revelation 3:10 does not prove a pre-trib rapture. So I'll have to ask you to try again. Can you provide a verse that bluntly states that the rapture is before the tribulation, as clearly as the following verses declare one after? "Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other." Can you find a verse that is as blunt as that speaks of a pre-trib? If you can't, why do you believe it? God bless.